up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, and I've got a blues lesson for you guys right now. This concept's actually from my newest course, which is called Intermediate Blues Techniques. You can learn more about it in the links below, but I'm going to use shell voicings or shell chords right now, which are just like little three note voicings for dominant 7 chords, and you can add it into your rhythm chops, and it's a really great technique that I think you will get a lot out of, and I'm excited to show it to you. All right, so this company, Magic Mind, reached out to me recently and wanted me to try this mental performance shot. So I've been drinking this daily for the past week, kind of like a morning coffee, but instead taking this shot. It's got all natural ingredients. It's different mushroom blend and green tea and ashwagandha. But anyway, I've been taking these shots every day, and it's, kind of sharpens the mind, gives you a little energy, but it's not a jittery kind of caffeine energy. It feels really good. I've been really enjoying it. In fact, let's see how this helps my lesson right now. Oh yeah, it tastes good too. This may shock you, but I am getting older. Some of you let me know in the comments, but I need all the mental acuity I can get so I can keep making these videos. And I've actually been really enjoying the Magic Mind. I call it brain juice, but really it's these mental performance shots that taste good and, just give me that little extra edge. And speaking of staying sharp for my videos, I'm going to teach you this cool blues chord concept right now. Okay, so we'll play a 12-bar blues in the key of A, and I'm going to use 3 different voicings, and you can see how you can mix and match them and improvise with them depending on what spot of the guitar you're at on the neck. So in A7, you've got a 1 chord, 4 chord, and a 5 chord. It would be A7 is the 1 chord. The 4 chord is D7 if I just use the same voicing. And then E7, D7, A7. Okay, so that's the E root voicing for a dominant 7 chord that we're going to use for this video. But I'm going to do an A7 voicing as well. And so for D7, you can play this D major bar chord right here with the root on the 5th fret A string. And then I'm going to put my pinky up here on the 8th fret high E. So that's a D7. And then, so E7 then could be here. But there's another voicing that we're going to use, and that's the D7 shape, which that is D7 right there. But if I move it up a whole step, it's now an E7. It's not a triad in music theory standards because a triad means root, 3rd, 5th. But we're playing 5th, flat 7, and 3rd. So it's a 3-note shell voicing or shell chord, because I'm not playing any of the other strings, only the 3 top strings here. So that's D7, whole step would be E7. That's 4 fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret. And there's the A7. So using the shapes that we just did, this one, but then also that D7 shape. To play a blues in A7, depending on where we are on the neck, we can use these 3 voicings all over the neck. And also, if you can visualize these voicings, it helps with your lead improvisation as well. So if I have this, or I can actually start to see I can see the chord tones from the shape. Okay, so let's get into it. If I play an A7 chord right here, but I want to play the shell voicing, we're just going to look at the top 3 strings of these shapes that I just did. So A7's right here. The shell voicing, or the top 3 strings, you can find the root. So 5th fret high E for A, and we're going to play an A7 3-note shape. So cover the 5th fret high E, B, and G, but then get your middle finger onto the 6th fret G. So that's an A major triad. That'd be the major 3rd, the 5th, and the root. Root, 3, 5. But we're gonna play, instead of the 5th, we're gonna play that flat 7. So it ends up looking like this. And so I've got 6th fret G, and then 5th fret B and high E with my index, but then pinky is on that flat 7, which is the 8th fret B string. So just that voicing alone for the blues in A, I could move that to where D7 would be by finding the root on the high E string, 10th fret. Now if you tried to do your 3rd finger there, you could. I'm using pinky. And then E7 for that would be up here. So that's just one voicing, but if we have 2 other voicings, then you can stay in one position and play them here. You can do it here, here, etc. So check it out. A7, we just did. And now for D7, the top 3 strings for a D7 right here would be 7th fret G, 7th fret B, and then 8th fret high E. So I could change the fingering and play this little voicing. So that's a D7 shell voicing. Now back to A7. Now, if I just took that and moved it up a whole step, I can play the E7, the 5 chord, which would be 9th fret G and B, and 10th fret high E. Then that A7 again. E7. So right now we're just using 2 voicings. A7 chord, D7, back to A7, D7, A7, E7, D7, A7. Turn around on E7. like that. So let's add that third voicing, which is the D7 shape. So if I wanted to play A7 with that D7 shape, I'll just show you how I climb up to that. So D7, up a whole step, it would be E7. E to F's always a half step, so just if I'm climbing up the musical alphabet, F7 would be a half step up. If I move it up a whole step, it's a G7. And if you hear that classic G7, you hear they're the same chord, different voicing. Same chord. All right, if I move it up another whole step, it's A7 now. So for A7, that'd be 9th fret G, 8th fret B, 9th fret high E. So that's A7. So now we start combining the three voicings. So A7 could be here, or here, or here, or up here. D7 could be here, 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 and all the way up here. Oh, that's E7, sorry. Oops. E7. So then if you just want to stay in one position, I'll show you the examples of that. So A7. And then we can do D7 right here. Back to A7. Now let's use that D7 right here, the D7 shape, for the E7. Now to this shape for the D7. And then A7. Turn around on E7. Now let's just mix. We're only using three voicings right now. Three shapes. Let's do it in this position where we start with the A7, but just the upper three strings of this A7 chord, but just the top three, G, B, high E. So A7, just the root there to hear it. Now D7, back to A7, E7, A7, E7. Now up here. E7 up here. D7, A7. Okay, so now instead of that A7, let's use the D7 shape for A7. And so that would be 9th on the G, 8th on the B, 9th on the high E. That's an A7. Check it out. Then I'll go to D7 right there and E7 right there, and now I'm in one spot. Just like that. Now, what if I do an A7 right here? And so I'm going to cover the 14th fret G, B, and then 15 on the high E, so that's A7. Then I'm going to use this shape for the D7. And then this shape for E7. Once again, we're only using three shapes. Then I have this other version of E7, which is that D7 shape I was talking about. So A7 could be like this. I could do D7 here. Back to A7. E7. D7. A7. Turn around. But then you can start combining them together, like that's both two shapes for A7. D7. So now, I screwed up there a little bit, apologize, but now we're still just talking about the key of A, so let's talk about the three shapes for A7, the three shapes for D7, and the three shapes for E7 in one little study here. So A7, you can play this, 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 and then back to this one again. So once again, or pinky or third. D7. A7. E7. D7, A7, D7, E7, All right, thanks for watching the video, you guys. And also, if you do want to try these mental performance shots, Magic Mind, I've got a special link for you down below for you to check out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys again soon.